guys, Derek here with Poplarville All Gauge Trains. So I am testing out some of the trains that I picked up when I went down to the undisclosed location, and I had a Southern Pacific that I've already taken apart and had to get that thing going because it didn't run, the E unit wasn't working properly. So currently I am working on this B&O. Show you real quick in a video. It's not running that well. If you look up here, yeah, we'll put it up there. And so let's take it over to the workbench, tear it apart, and give it a good cleaning and get this thing working a lot better. At least on the E unit does work on this. I noticed the headlight's not working, and as you see in that video, I had it at full power and it was barely going. So let's tear it apart and see what the problem is. Okay, so sorry about all the mess over here, but let's open this thing up. Now with these guys, the motor comes out here. I wonder if this might play into it. I don't know if this is solder on this pickup right here. I don't know what that is. That's kind of weird. But let's take this motor off. Wow, this thing hasn't been off in a long time. Hear that pop when it had to pull that out. Disconnect the headlight. Alright, so the headlights. Now on these, they have a washer that's in between the plate and the body. You don't want to lose that washer, guys. Although, it's a pretty simple washer to replace. Look how dirty that thing is. Okay, so I got a feeling this thing will probably just need a good cleaning. Let's start by popping out our I'm probably gonna have to take this brush plate off. Yeah, we'll go all the way into it for you guys. We'll pop off, you just lift that spring off, move it off to the side, and then sometimes, boy, these brushes are really worn down, so we're gonna take those off. And just loosen up those bolts and you can finger them off. And then you have an actual screw down on the bottom here that needs to come out. So let's lift up this brush plate. And there's our brushes. Yeah, that's a little dirty on the inside here. Look at that. I mean, that should be copper colored, and it's not. I'm debating whether or not I want to pull these wheels off to pull this armature out. So let's see what happens when we give it a little bit of cleaning. A lot of different people use different stuff to clean. I usually just start with. Okay, now let me show you. Look at how dirty that is. And let me show you something here, guys. See the difference? That's just cleaning off, barely cleaning off that one side right there. So you can tell how dirty. Let's get this in the light a little bit better. How dirty that plate right there is compared to the other ones. So I got a feeling we can just clean this thing off and it's going to run a lot better. If you have to with these guys, if you do need to pull that armature out, it's a bit of a pain in the butt because you got to pull your wheels. And although I do have a wheel puller that's designed for Marx, jury's still out on this one. It works, but it's a little tough to get it to work just right. You got to mess with it a little bit. So we're just going to clean these off really nice, and then I'm going to put this back together and we're going to see if that makes a big difference or not. I will take a pin and clean out the little gaps that are in here. Sometimes you get a lot of crud. These ones aren't bad. Sometimes you get a lot of crud built up in those little crevices right there. But we're just gonna go with this cleaning here and see if that is what we needed. I mean, you could, if you have one. I don't. You could have it take a, I actually ordered a fiberglass pencil, and you can go in there and clean that up even nicer, or you could just use a very, very high number, like a 2000 wet dry sandpaper, although I wouldn't real necessarily. Boy, these wheels are really dirty. Look at that. I'm still curious as to why they put this. Sorry, I'm looking at how dirty my. You can tell I've been working on my trains tonight, huh? Why they put this solder on the bottom here? Doesn't make much sense to me. I am realizing that when I bought this particular lot of train stuff, because he had so much, something I probably could have done was brought a transformer and a section of test track with me. You know, if you're going somewhere where you're going to be buying a lot of stuff, and in this case the guy said he didn't know a tremendous amount about it, but he knew, I'm not sure actually how straight up he was with me on that, but like this particular one, and here again, it's my fault. I didn't look at the box real close, and this was not in the original box, nor was it complete for the set. But I kind of got, sometimes you look at stuff and you get a little excited. Yeah, see now, I don't know if you guys can see this, but there's a piece of something in here. There's a piece of metal in there. Maybe that was a little section that broke off at that solder. And I wonder if, you know, I just hope none of these little solder pieces that are breaking off end up getting in that inside the motor. You know, because it's magnetized, and I don't know, is solder magnetized, guys? I'm sure some of you can tell me. And then one of the other things is there is a little, and this one popped out, there's a little notch in the bottom. This is going to be a pain. I hope I don't have to pull the wheels, because, so, there we go, I got it in. So, in the little bearing that's right behind this cog, this gear, there's a, on the bottom side, there's a tiny little notch in it. I've shown this before in some of my videos. There is a tiny little notch in the bottom of that cog, and that's got to sit in there just right, or nothing's going to turn in here correctly. So I'm going to put this brush plate back on. So on the motors that have this little like brass ring right here, you got to put your brushes in first, which is here again, stuff that's a pain in the ass. Sorry, pardon my French. Let me clean these guys off. Everybody has a different way that they're going to clean their brushes. I just put a little bit of rubbing alcohol in my palm of my hand. Look at how dirty these things are, huh? Roll it around a little bit. Splash it off. Grab a rag. Clean those. And hey, look at that. Even cleans all the grease off my hands when I do that. Works out pretty good, huh? Okay, so these are interesting. These brushes have notches on both sides of them. But I'm gonna put you on hold a second. I'm gonna grab and we're gonna put some brand new brushes in this one. Okay, so I got some brand new brushes in here. I'm gonna put them in there. Drop them in the back side this way. Make sure you put them in so it's a flat side on the bottom and the slotted side points up. Come on, get yourselves in there, guys. Okay. And we're going to put our nut on each side here. I'm just kind of loosely putting these on here. Whoa! Sorry about that, guys. Let's back this up and move this over here. So I don't know how much of what you saw, but I got to get myself a new tripod, huh? All right, so those are on there like so. That's the screw that goes in right here. I'll spin that baby down in there. We'll tighten these guys up a little bit. I don't really have a socket that I do this with. It's the right size socket, and I don't know what happened to it. It's usually right up here in front of me, and it's missing. Okay, so now these particular brushes are actually a little on the high side, so I'm hoping they're going to work properly. And then you just take your pin and lift up that so it pushes on the butt, and that little spring sets in the slot. I don't know how well you can see that, but the spring goes right into that slot right there. Okay, so and there is an issue because my wheels aren't turning. There we go. Now they're moving a little bit better. I'm gonna go put this on the track and see if it works. Okay, so that thing's running really nice. So the next thing we need to do is put these away so I don't lose them. And we need to move a bunch more stuff around. And we got to change this light bulb out. And okay, so already I can see that right here, the wire that goes to the light bulb is broken. So, we're gonna have to pull this out. And I'll tell you one thing, to get this assembly out, it's not the easiest, because you gotta pull it up, pop it out, and then turn it to get it out. Oh, what happened? Oh, here we are. Come on, out you go. Well, one of you guys might know an easier way to get this front headlight assembly out of here. I got it out of the Southern Pacific pretty easily, but I didn't videotape that particular redo. Come on. I use pliers a lot. There we go. So, as you can see, this wire is not connected. Let's test to see if our light bulb works. Yeah, we do have a working light bulb, and that's probably an original light bulb, would be my guess. Give that a little bit of a clean. Make it all shiny and new. Okay, so next step is going to be to, I'm just wondering, would it be easier to replace that or to solder it? I'm going to solder it back on. Clean that edge off. All right, so yeah, tools falling all over. Okay, so let me get this solder back on and I'll be right back. Okay, so I got that resoldered. As you can see, you got that resoldered on there. And we will put our bulb back in. Oh, I soldered. I did a crappy job of soldering. So let's get this heat solder gun heated back up. I probably didn't heat this side up well enough. Temp number 2. I've got it resoldered. I'm going to feed that wire down in through there. And then we need to turn that assembly piece about 90 degrees. I'm sorry my hands are in the way and you can't see. Damn it. I keep on dropping this. I don't know why this is happening, guys, and I really apologize. Okay, so finally got it resoldered, and I am attempting to get this piece back in here, which is a pain in the butt sometimes because it has to go in a very, there's a tab that has to slide in underneath. I think I got it. Okay, and we got to put our screw back in there. Should have probably cleaned this up a little bit more. Sometimes you need 2 or 3 sets of hands to put stuff back together. Hey, I think I got it. Yeah, looks like I got it. Let's find that wire. There's my wire. I can feel it. I just can't quite. There we go. All right, so there's my wire. So the wire for the light clips in right here. Kind of hard to do this at this angle, so you guys, and you're probably not even be able to see what the heck I'm doing here, right? But you know how these little clips work, and they're a pain in the butt sometimes when you can't see them 100%. Get in there. Hopefully my head's not in the way. I'm just trying to see what the heck I'm doing here. All right, you don't have to watch all of this. Okay, so I got it all back together. Took a while to get that light situation figured out. Look at how nice this thing runs now. And that's only at about half power. No sparks. I mean, it runs really, really, really nice. And with this set, I do have the dummy. I have the couple of freight cars, and I have the caboose. Alright guys, so that's gonna do it for this one, I think. Okay guys, so that about does it for this video. We got the thing running. I'm surprised how nice it runs now. I mean, because that thing was barely, I've had it full power and it was barely moving. So sometimes it's just a matter of cleaning them up really nice. Big thing is pulling those brushes out, cleaning that armature, because you get all that buildup of gunk in there. And I had a little trouble getting that light working. It's still a little touchy, but as you can see, it runs a million times better than it did before. And so I still have one more to do, but we're about done for, I don't know if I'm going to have another video this year. It's a couple days before Christmas, and I got my Christmas shirt on, as you can see. And yeah, it's a couple days before Christmas, so I want to say a very Merry Christmas to everybody. You guys have a wonderful and safe Christmas. I hope you get the trains that you wanted, and I hope you're giving some trains to somebody too. I'm gonna do a little bit of a request for you guys. If you're giving trains to somebody, or if you're getting trains from somebody, send me a video of that. I'd love to put a compilation video of all these, your grandkids or your sons or even yourself. Maybe if your wife got you something, you could hint to her, hey, did you get me something? Maybe videotape it, or just show us what you got for the holidays. I'd love to put a cool little video, an end of the year video together, highlighting some of the cool stuff that everybody got for Christmas. So anything I'm getting, I'm buying for myself, because that's the best way to get it, because then you know exactly what you want. All right, guys, take care. Am I done with everything? Yeah, I think that covers it all. Hopefully I'm going to be in Wheaton first Sunday in January. I haven't received notice from them yet, but I haven't received a notice saying I'm on a waiting list, so got my fingers crossed. And I have put in for a permanent location there, so I will be doing that show hopefully every month. I'm planning on maybe going down to Lebanon, Indiana to check out their show in the end of January, 26th or something like that. I can't remember the date. I'll be talking about it in the future. And we'll do a video from that one. I might go to this. There's going to be a big show in Indianapolis. There's another one going to be down in St. Louis. We'll see. I'm rambling now. All right, guys. Merry Christmas to everybody, and have a wonderful and happy New Year. And we'll see you next time. A choo-choo!
Thank you for watching my Papa's videos.